Hello everybody, welcome. Thanks for joining me, Rouvaun Smit, here on A Sure Thing, as I wrap up what has certainly been a wonderful weekend of racing in the country, and we're now heading off to the capital of KZN for racing at Hollywoodbets Scottsville on Sunday the 1st of December. The first day of the last month of the year, the festive season's upon us, Christmas is almost here, so we need to make a few rand in order to buy those Christmas presents for all the family that'll be coming to visit over this period. The day itself doesn't start on an easy note. The first race runs at 12:40, so runners will be going down to the start at about 12:30. I suggest watch them go down. You will have that 5-minute window period in order to get your Hollywoodbet punted challenge selections on. Make sure they are on 5 minutes before the off of race number 1, because we have 7 of them that will be going to the 800-meter start for this juvenile scurry in the opener on the program, which is also the first leg of the bipot, and you don't want to go out the first leg. You want to stay in, because last week there were quite a few that won the Punters Challenge, and this week could very well be the case again, because I do think there are 2 standout bets on the card coming up a little bit later. So let's watch the well-being, watch them go down to the start, and then make an informed decision. Moving on to the second race on the card, which is a maiden plate, 11 runners to contest this 1400-meter event. And I only made notes alongside 4 horses in this race. I'll start from the top down. Number 2, Captain Ship, jumps from barrier position 2. That was good improvement with the blinkers, and I do think deserves to be included in this kind of lineup. 3, River Dance, third run after rest, certainly does have a place chance in this kind of lineup. Turning the page of the winning form, I thought that number 8, Magnum Magic, does come into the reckoning. I was bitterly disappointed last time out. I went for this horse. He disappointed as favourite last time out, and I do hope that this one will finish closer to the action this time round. The blinkers are off, so I do think has got a good chance on the good prior form. But the horse that I'm going for as my first choice selection is number 9, Al Capitan. Recently gelded, second in his last start behind subsequent winner View of the World, and that to me is the kind of form that can win a race of this nature. So I'm going 9, 2, 8 and 3 as my selection in race number 2. Moving on to race 3 on the program, and this is a maiden plate for fillies and mares, where 10 runners will face the starter at the 1600-meter mark, and I made notes alongside quite a few of them in this race. Alongside number 1, for example, I wrote, had excuses in the last, consistent form, must have a money chance. I like the look of number 2, Art Nouveau, and that is my first choice selection in this race, incidentally. Was just touched off last time out, is getting closer with each and every start. That's the kind of horse I like to go for. Should go one better, and to me, rates the horse they have to beat. 5, Lady My Lady. I also made a note alongside this one. First run in KZN. Now you might say, but that also got dismal form. Has been off the track for a while, but the Andre Nel yard is in good nick. So maybe that's one to consider. 6, Glorious Butterfly. We can expect any kind of natural improvement to come. I also like the look of 7, Yellow Jacket. Always there or thereabout. Certainly is one that needs to go into the reckoning. Turning the page, number 8, Lemon Scent. That was big improvement with the blinkers 2 runs back. I see the blinkers are back on. A repeat of that run could bring this one closer to the action. And then number 10, Fate Decree. Jumps from the widest stall gate. Has got good form, and that last form line has been franked by the horse that ran second that day. So there's quite a bit to work with in the third. My selection, as I said, is 2, Art Nouveau to win it from 10, 7 and 1. We now move on to the third race on the program, which is a Pinnacle Stakes. 9 runners to face the starter at the 1750-meter mark, and I'm looking no further than number 1, Gladiatorian, if one look at the form. Second in the Charity Mile, solid form, without a shadow of a doubt, stands out as the horse they have to beat. For second, I'm going with number 8, Nat Yam, a model of consistency, and the pacifiers seem to have done the trick, so that's the one that I'm going with for second. For third, I'm going with 7, Celtic Beauty. She's having a third run after rest. She's unbeaten over the course and distance, and I do think she could give the boys a run for their money. And then number 8, Navio Nation, placed in both course and distance runs, definitely in with a money chance. 1, 8, 7 and 3 are the numbers that I'm going for in race number 4. Moving on to race 5 on the program, a merit-rated 93 handicap, fillies and mares where 10 runners will face the starter at the 1,000 metre mark. Again, I made notes alongside quite a few, but when narrowing it down, I thought this was a race in two between number 3, Russian Doll, and number 10, Captain Christie. In fact, there's precious little to choose between the two on form. Russian Doll had beaten Captain Christie when they last met. Slightly worse off at the weights, but can follow up, is what I wrote there. And then Captain Christie, of course, in the penultimate, was beaten by Russian Doll, but last time out ran enlisted company. So that is good form to bring into a race of this nature. And I think those two will fight out the finish in race 5. I'm also including number 1, Vision to Achieve, as my third choice selection. Close up in last two. The form line of that last start has been frank, so that's one that I'm putting in for a minor placing. And then in 4th position, I'm going with number 5, War Empress, who is a 1,000-metre specialist, and I think will definitely get into the fray. 3, 10, 1 and 5 are the numbers I'm going for in race number 5. Race 6 on today's card is a Pinnacle Stakes to be run over 1,200 metres, 16 runners plus 1 reserve. The reserve comes out if there's no scratchings. Alternatively, the reserve will replace a horse that does come out. Here, I'm looking no further than number 15, William Robertson. This is the second of those standout bets I referred to early on. If one look at the form, be it a Lucky Lad in his penultimate, last time out was second behind Grade 1 winner Dice. And the conditions of this race tells me that this is the best weighted runner in this race. I'm looking no further. 15, William Robertson to win it. From number 10, Former Gear, who is having his third run after rest. Won the penultimate over the course and distance. Definitely must go into the equation. Also the ultra-consistent Strathclyde. I'm putting that one on. Ideally, course and distance suited as well. And then as a roughie, I'm throwing in 9, Kwasi for sure. Third run after rest has obviously been up against much stronger in the past and could just pop up to make everything pay. So I'm going 15, 10, 4 and 9. Penultimate, race 7, is the feature race on the card, and I've literally made notes alongside each and every one of them in this River Indico handicap, a non-black type over 1,400, where 7 of them will contest it. For example, alongside number 1, Bevis Delight, I wrote runner-up in last. Third run after rest, in with a chance. 2, Warrior Royal, going for a hat-trick. 3, Malcolm's Dream, unbeaten in 3 races over the course and distance. 4, Masharina, better than last. Back against the girls, definitely in with a shout. 4, Perilla, in good form, cannot be ignored. And then number 6, Quarari's Rose, who's going to be my first choice selection in this, the 7th race on the card. Won the last 2 on the trot, I think has got more to come. Can in fact make it 3 on the bounce. So I'm going for 6, Quarari Rose, as my first choice selection to win it, ahead of 3, 5 and 1. That takes us on to the last of the afternoon, race 8 on the programme. It's a merit-rated 78 handicap for the girls, 9 of them to contest this 1,400-metre event. And here there are a couple that I think we need to include if we are still running in the exotics. I wrote alongside 1, Sunshine Day, dropping in the rating. 2, Pour Sugar on Me. I said Gavin Larena could just get that little bit more out of this one, in good form and can feature prominently. 3, Mississippi Spice. Rachel Veneker takes that 1.5 kilos off the back. Much improved last start. I think there's more to come. Nice and lightly raced, so natural improvement is on the cards. 4, Beautiful Rania. I wrote runner-up last time out. A repeat of that run brings her into the equation. And then number 6, Lucrative, from the Dean Cannemeyer yard. This one has got form that's sort of in and out, but if one looks at the 2 wins, they've both come on straight courses. And of course, Lucrative is running up a straight course on Sunday, so definitely needs to be included. So how are we going to do this in the last? I'm going 2, 6, 3 and 4 in that order for race number 8. And that takes care of racing at Hollywoodbets Scottsville on this Sunday. I trust that it's been an enjoyable and profitable weekend for you. I hope you're going to hit them for a few more on Sunday in order to build up that kitty to buy the Christmas presents. Till next time, from me, Rouvaun, take care. Cheers for now.